there are two ways to solve this problem. One is there's some library which you load on the front end, which can basically convert your Python to JavaScript. And then from that point onwards, it's the regular data. Then you send JavaScript to server.
Okay.
The other approach is probably you just code Python everywhere, and there's a build some process which converts your Python to JavaScript, and then you send your attributes.
Yeah, so one way would be to like what you mentioned. So instead of the API returning JSON, Ajax call can return HTML, but it requires your template that you're using to render that part of it has to be an independent template and then using it. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Okay. So let me. Yeah. So it's not taking that for some reason. What's wrong? This is bigger. It's not really nice with so this is the page that I'm talking about. So it's we started something in the one. Okay, so this is the page. So the first page rendered using a Python template, and when you do next, it goes and it uses an existing JSON API and then gets next set of fields. This I wanted to do. And there are a lot many things which are done. So for example, so when you select a publishing region, it gets the next set of things, but it also renders, it changes the properly callers and prominent publishers for that date period. So now doing all these things is kind of implementing most of it again in JavaScript. Okay. So one thing is I could have got everything in Ajax, but that's kind of replacing the whole page. That's I didn't want it to do. Okay. So what I did was I'll show source code file. So do you know how to change the theme somewhere? So I said JS dev, that's I've added a template extension. So So what it does is, for this part of, that's a webpage templating thing, okay. So I added an extension JS def. So by default, there's something called def that makes it like a function, and then you can call it at the end somewhere, okay. So I add something called JS def. So what it does is, at this, when this is defined, it adds a JavaScript equivalent of that function there. Now, for example, so they are calling a function called truncate. Okay, that's a function available in this template in Python that will work. Okay. Now, when it translates to JavaScript, what happens is it calls the function truncate in JavaScript. So now I need to make sure that what functions I'm calling here are available in JavaScript as well. That's the kind of trade-off. Then somewhere what I'm calling. So here I'm calling render page. Okay. So it takes that and then calls that. So now I'll show you what this guy does. Look at the source of this. Okay. See this? Okay. Sorry. So if you see, this is JavaScript, okay. But this JavaScript is actually created by a template. Okay. So if I have a for loop there, it actually creates a for loop here, and then does trade construct string. So when I call render page somewhere, this thing gets executed, and then whatever the Python template does gets executed. Okay. So I'll show you part of this presentation that I've done before. So after this, I actually tried to extract the piece that I've done and then made it an independent piece. Okay. So it's true to convert the red square like that, it gets converted to this. So yeah, so this is another example where you have template. So you have a place where you want to add multiple links. So you click on say add a link. So you click on write a link and say add. Okay. So it adds an entry there, and then it gives one more place to add a list. Okay. Now that part of it actually be so this is something that you can't do with the Ajax thing that you're talking before. Okay. So now so this is a page where you have an author profile. The author page you can actually add different links. Okay. So there's a link Wikipedia entry and Wikipedia URL. Once I add one more, that should give you a text box and all these things. Okay. And when you click on say add, it will go back and then add to the previous list of things. So it's like the title you display the bold, and then with that the hyperlink, and the bottom you also display the link within let's say yeah. So see here. So I'm displaying the URL title here, and then I'm displaying it with a small. Okay. So it's something that okay. So now yeah. So this is a page where that's displayed. Okay. Now, so this is my first setup. What I've shown exactly. Okay. So it's a JSF hello name. It actually generates JavaScript edges. So function hello. It creates something called self. That's just basically layer, and then you push hello, comma, and then push $name. So in the website template, what else $name is HTML escape by default. So you have to call a website function. So it converts it and then adds it to the list. And then there is a new line, one more new line. And then it joins all of them with template space and templates. That's a function in templates. So, why this won't work? Let's say name upper, that won't work because that calls name upper in JavaScript. Okay, so right. So if you just use the same translation name upper, it makes name upper. That's not valid in JavaScript. So what you need to do is you need to do something like this. First define a function upper with say template pretty ugly and write in JavaScript and then do this. Okay. But so that was just an experiment. Okay. So many people need to understand, but yeah. So later on I figured out that there's some other project called pyjs which actually does something quite similar. Okay. But in fact I've started with calling the project pyjs, and then there's this like called pyjs.org. So that's quite similar. But it was actually quite fun to do. So I thought so I'm going to go a little bit details about how I do that. Okay. So when you look at Python code, it's an abstract Python abstract syntax tree. Say z equal x into x plus y into y, it looks something like that. In the internet, it represents something like that. So if you look at ASC Python, if you try to ask Python to pass it, it creates an assigned node which has a name, constant 1, 2, and then we're adding up. Okay, this way, root, branch, sorry?
Tree, root, branch.
Yeah, yeah. So Python actually represents your code like that. Okay. So what I did is really I wrote a Python script to traverse AST and then emit JavaScript code. Okay. So that's it's pretty simple. Okay. So we have written in Python. When you read it, this is a written node. So you in JavaScript written what is node value and what is semicolon, because that's how you do it in JavaScript. Okay. So when you do it while in Python, so you kind of take condition and then put in this and then visit the rest of the code and then put it inside this, and that gives you code. So this kind of not too hard, but yeah, that look at add and all that, how it's done. So that's how. Okay. So I mean, it works quite well. So I mean, it might not be very good for production use, but it's very good, fun project to tweak and then play around. I mean, there are issues like so we look at globals and locals. Okay, so Python actually everything is local by default, and if anything you want to use globally, I would say it is global. JavaScript is exactly the opposite. So I would say if you want to, everything is global by default. Okay, it's actually a bad programming language. So and then we want to say it's not global. You have to say where, why. Say I want to say it's considered as local. Don't consider it as global. Okay, so this kind of thing has to be taken care, and I had some hacks to take care of all these things. But it was a fun project, and I did work on it after that. Any questions? So I gave a talk about this at PyCon India 2011. You can go to the site and PyCon India site and find the sites there. It's called pyjs. It's talk number 1.
Pyjamas?
No, so I haven't looked at pyjamas. I actually looked at pyjamas. Such a complicated piece. It's a pyjamas is actually the Google JWT kit. Okay, that they are translated to Python. Okay, part of that is the Python JavaScript compiler. Okay, the whole thing is one such a big piece. Want to go and understand any of that? I went and tried to look at some code, and then it's such a mess that I gave up.
It's very slow also.
No, so the thing is, it was not the Python JavaScript compiler. It was meant to do the GWT of Google. Okay, so their main focus is that, not Python JavaScript thing. Okay, so by default they include like tons of JavaScript. I don't need it. I just want, give this function, I wanted to well, look at this is what pyjamas does. Okay, so if you look at pyjamas, this is what it does. Okay, so and I really wanted to do something which I can read and understand. So when I do that, I wanted to see JavaScript code which looks something very similar to that. For them, those are not the issues. Okay, so I mean, it was really a fun project. And I used Noble Library, but it really turned out that it's a bad idea, because everyone else in the team said if something goes down, only Anand can fix it. So that's a bad thing. Okay, I did this bit when I was working alone on the project, and when the team says good, that actually got in trouble, because I am the only one who understands the implementation of that. Okay. Any questions?
If everyone understands Python, probably we can use this, right?
Sorry?
If everyone understands Python,
Yeah.
we can use this instead of writing JavaScript.
No, that's actually a bad idea, because I mean, you should be able to, if you're a good programmer, you should be able to learn any language in a day or two. Okay, so writing Python, because JavaScript is designed for the browser. Okay, so Python, the The way Python operates is quite different from the way JavaScript operates. So Python you have modules and import modules and then use. In JavaScript, completely different. You have shared globals, etc. All of them. Okay. So you try to take this and then put on that thing. There will be mismatches. Okay. And you will get unnecessary problem. So it's better to spend a couple of days and then learn Python itself, learn JavaScript itself, than actually trying to compile Python JavaScript and then solve the problems that you encounter there.